when a spiny spider clashes with a crab spider. It's a case of now you see it, now you die. With her wicked spikes and splashy war paint, the Spiny Spider is one prickly customer.
These spines are really effective. If you touch them, they're really hard and sharp. These are tough, strong little spiders.
At her rear, enormous twin spikes, black-tipped and hardened, form a vicious V-shape. On her back, multiple spikes sprout like devil's horns. For a web dweller, they're the perfect defensive weapons for warding off aerial attackers.
Imagine if you're a bird and you go in, you attack a spider, grab it, and the spines hit the roof of your mouth. This is an anti-predator defense against birds and other mammals with soft palates.
The Spiny Spider is an orb weaver who stays at home to hunt in a circular web just a few feet off the ground. A trapped horsefly poses no problems for this predator, except maybe for some short-term dizziness.
It's struggling very strongly, kicking and shaking and trying to get out of the web. But the spider is a tough little devil, and what she does is she'll dart in, bite it, and start wrapping the prey up.
Large chelicerae and fangs don't just inject venom. They're serious weapons, able to crush and mangle. Not far from that scene of carnage, another assassin hides out in the open.
The crab spider is a master of subterfuge. Her entire strategy is to be like wallpaper, to blend into the background.
Mottled markings and a gnarled body make the crab spider all but invisible to other bugs. This well-disguised warmonger wastes no energy, remaining motionless until the right moment.
That's a classic crab spider ambush, just sitting motionless, not moving a muscle, until the prey is in range and then grabbing in the one and only movement.
The crab spider and her spiky neighbor might never cross paths. But today, the Spiny Spider has decided to start demolishing her own web.
At dawn, they start putting up their web, and at dusk, they'll take their web down. And this is largely to replace the glue.
The unwanted web won't go to waste. She devours it, strand by silken strand.
They eat the silk, digest it, and are able to recycle the proteins. 80% get recycled and reused in the next web.
But until she builds a new web, she's exposed and vulnerable. What happens when she runs into a cleverly concealed executioner? In the undergrowth, a spiny spider searches for a suitable spot to build a new web. Unaware that a crab spider is waiting on a chance to strike. The Spiny Spider has large chelicerae and long fangs that crush. The crab spider has powerful front legs for grabbing prey and fangs for dispensing lethal venom. Which spider will reign supreme? Separated from her silk fortress, practically blind, the Spiny Spider is at her weakest.
she's not picking up all the vibrations from her web that give her an enormous amount of information.
But the crab spider is perfectly positioned. Camouflaged against the branch, waiting for a victim to walk into her trap.
That's the power of sitting still in the bug world. While the other animals aren't noticing you, you're conserving your strength in order to be able to kill them.
The spiny spider walks straight into an ambush.
This crab spider is the master of the ultimate fighting leg lock, and the spiny spider certainly has plenty for her to grab onto.
The crab spider's muscular forelegs wrap around those huge rear spikes. The spiny spider struggles to break free as her enemy probes for a kill shot.
Her exoskeleton is really very hard and hard to break through. She isn't easy to bite in the right place.
Finally, the tiny daggers puncture the outer shell. Venom starts to flow. At the other end, the spiny spider's own fangs, normally such vicious and effective weapons, stab blindly.
The crab spider's venom normally takes prey down reasonably quickly, but the spiny spider is certainly hanging on much longer than usual. The crab spider, however, is more than strong enough to keep a hold until it pumps enough venom in to kill the spiny spider.
If she'd been in her web, she could have taken down that crab spider. But outside of her web, she was really in a bad situation.
Even before the spiny spider succumbs, her attacker starts to feast. Slowly, methodically, the spiny spider has the life sucked out of her. Talent for murder. Long legs, a dark gray cloak, and dominant sides lend this killer a spectral presence.
The leopard spider does all its hunting at night, down on the ground and in the lowest levels of the vegetation. And with those dark, velvety legs and stripes, this is a killer that most victims don't spot until it's too late.
A leg span of almost 4 inches, married to explosive speed, is a fatal combination for this grasshopper.
That's a typical strike. She didn't flinch a muscle right up until the moment she threw herself onto the grasshopper in a single movement.
And not content with just one meal, the leopard is a rapacious hunter who will kill over and over again. Powerful crescent-shaped fangs deliver venom in measured doses. The larger the quarry, the bigger the payload. With her prey impaled, the leopard spider floods the body with a potent brew of digestive juices. The leopard may be celebrating her win now, but when she collides with the mangrove tree crab, which one will run out of luck? At the edge of the jungle, a mangrove tree crab has attitude to spare. In close proximity, a leopard spider is a supernatural killer with murder on her mind. When fate throws them together, which one has a destiny with death? The leopard spider's toxic fangs easily decimate prey. But the mangrove tree crab's claws can crush limbs in an instant. Who will deal the fatal blow? In a moonlit clearing, the leopard and the mangrove crab size each other up. The crab, justifiably, looks nervous.
This poor crab's eyes look like they're about to pop out of its head. Imagine coming on this big leopard spider. There's no walking away from this situation.
The spider strikes early. It misses, but has sensed its opponent's motion. The crab's claws strike out.
Bet the crab is scared, but the leopard spider can't be without her own reservations. This is not exactly a risk-free scenario.
But the crab would make a superb meal. The leopard lunges, those velvety legs circling the crab. The spider searches for a chink in the armor, but the crab throws up a foaming diversion.
All this foaming at the mouth is really trying to get the spider to back away. It doesn't want the spider's fangs to pierce its carapace, because if it does, the crab is a goner.
The crab snaps at the spider pedipalps. To avoid them, the leopard lifts the crab right off the ground and pumps in venom.
Once she's impaled her prey, the leopard spider will raise her body up to get the victim off the ground and clamp it between those massive chelicerae. This keeps it from escaping or retaliating.
Supremacy secured, the spider carries the corpse to her den before dissolving the innards and slurping up crab chowder.
As with any other prey, the leopard spider is going to drain the crab of all of its flesh and leave behind just an empty shell. And why not? Who says a spider can't enjoy a good seafood buffet?
At number 10, when a bronze huntsman takes on a slender-necked mantis, one of them will be down for the count. The slender-necked mantis has all the moves and the killer instinct of a cage fighter. In the blink of an eye, long raptorial arms, lined with needle-like knuckle dusters, land killer punches. But the mantis is about to trade blows with another tough guy. The Bronze Huntsman Spider is a hit-and-run hunter. It has 8 eyes, arranged in 2 rows of 4. But this street fighter hunts less by eyesight and more from the faintest telltale movement of air.
Huntsman legs are covered with sensors that are very, very attuned to vibrations.
The huntsman has huge fangs and potent venom. The mantis bristles with deadly spikes and rips opponents to pieces with razor-sharp mandibles. Who'll survive this fight? Both bugs are locked eye to eye in a monster stare down. The mantis makes the first move, advancing boldly up the leaf.
That is real commitment. But whether it's brave or foolish,
with its guard up, the mantis is rocked by a lightning 1-2 combination. The sparring continues. Then the mantis gambles on a full frontal assault. As tactics go, it's not what you call inspired. The mantis finds its slender body bent over backwards, gripped in a killer clinch. With no referee to call break, The huntsman's fangs plunge like daggers into the mantid's thorax. The mantis refuses to throw in the towel, biting and grabbing its opponent's pedipalp with a sharp-toothed arm.
The spider is going to be in real trouble if it manages to rip these pedipalps off. So it's injecting venom as fast as it possibly can.
This final struggle might be a great display of courage in the face of certain death, but I'm afraid it's too little, too late.
This former champion won't be getting off the canvas. It's down for the count permanently. When a rufous comb-footed spider takes on a spitting spider, it's the mother of all battles. It has all the appearances of a routine night in the rainforest. A rufous comb-footed spider moves into a new neighborhood. The burden she carries is her egg sac, bulging with the next generation.
Each of these egg sacs may have anywhere from 20 to 150 eggs.
Deciding a dead leaf will make a good home and nursery, the mother-to-be leaves the sac dangling by a silk thread and starts building her new web. With her eggs secure at the top of her new home, her killer instincts kick in again. A wandering termite is the first victim of her deadly silk combing skills.
The comb-footed spider doesn't try to bite the prey until it's really securely wrapped up in the silk straitjacket. And then, once it's wrapped up, she'll come in for a bite. Then she'll hoist the prey up into her web, and there she can feed on it at her own leisure.
As she settles down to dinner, marauding ants crash her housewarming feast. Fearing the ants will make a meal of her eggs, the comb-foot's maternal instinct kicks in. She goes on the attack. Her needle-like fangs administer a venomous coup de grace. Her eggs are safe for now, but the night isn't over. Nearby, another silk specialist is on the move. And far from welcoming the new kids on the block, she'll be spitting with rage.
The spitting spider has venom glands to produce silk as well as venom. So the concoction this girl sprays out is both sticky and toxic. When this spider gets about a half inch from her prey, she'll then vibrate her fangs at 1,800 times a second while spraying out this venom-laden silk concoction, coating the prey in a zigzag pattern and pinning it to the ground.
A black-tailed scorpion, out for a takeaway meal, is about to find out how deadly the silky spit can be. The scorpion grabs a leg. Its sting searches for a weak spot, but it doesn't count on a sticky barrage. Traveling at around 70 miles per hour, the toxic silk hits the target and immediately contracts, gluing the scorpion to the tree. With that deadly stinger out of action, the spitting spider moves in for the kill. One bite, and the venom destroys the scorpion's nervous system.
For a spider this small to bring down a scorpion really shows the power of the weapon that she's packing.
This huge meal supplies energy for a new batch of spitting silk, and she will need it. When she finds out the rufous comb-footed spider has moved in next door, there'll be no love thy neighbor.
This is a fight that's bound to end in bloodshed. I'm just not sure whose.
A rufous comb-footed spider settles into her new home. Her one thought is to protect her eggs. But a fully armed spitting spider is about to invade her nursery. The spitting spider fires off toxic silk. The rufous comb-footed spider retaliates with silk wrapping. Whoever wins that battle finishes off their foe with venom. The invader tiptoes across the web. The rufous combfoot is fully aware she has company. She leapfrogs out of spitting range. Her attacker fires, but is off target. The combfoot heads for cover, leaving her eggs exposed.
Even when her own safety is on the line, the rufous comb-footed spiders guard their egg sacs and defend it.
The spitting spider fires again. But with one leg guarding her precious eggs, the combfoot mounts a silk-throwing counterattack. The spitting spider fires back. She keeps firing, but she's run out of silk. Rufus moves in and wraps her opponent in a silk shroud.
Well, that sure didn't go according to plan. The spitting spider picked a fight with the wrong spider on the wrong day, and it's toast.
No matter how formidable your weapon, if you run out of ammunition, you're finished.